everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, everyone. I know I was supposed to make a video on Sunday and or Monday, and it just never happened. What I wanted to do is attempt, because I am attempting to do this since I haven't did this in seems like forever. So I have not created a monthly budget, an actual true monthly budget, since February. And I know that's been a long time. At least February of last year. You know what? Let me check. So, yes, February of this year, I have not made a monthly budget. I've only been writing out how much I think I need to make. And yeah. And what I would do is just write out all the bills, all the things, and just put what I think I may need for the month and just go from there. So, what I'm doing in this video, and as you can see, I burnt my arm just a little bit on the air fryer, but I'm not hurt or anything like that. And of course, this is not from the month of March. This is actually from the month of May. So, bills, things like that, which I don't know why I wrote them down on the calendar when they're already written down anyway. But let's see what what I think my monthly budget may be, because as you all know, I've been working overtime since at least last year, and of course my pay did go up a little bit, so I'm not truly sure what a 80-hour paycheck would look like with just my regular pay and no overtime. And of course, with this first paycheck, since I got paid for Memorial Day, I do have an extra amount of hours, so it will be a little off, which I probably should have sort of budget that in as well, but I didn't. And y'all, it took some time to figure out what the paycheck may possibly be, and that's not including my extra. I think I got an extra 6 hours or extra 8 hours or something like that. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Well, I'll see tonight, and then I'll make what my true budget may be. So as we flip over, and this was for the first paycheck of May, second paycheck of May, expense tracking, third paycheck, which I don't get paid until tomorrow, so I can't close this out until tomorrow night, or pretty much anytime before I get paid. And everything else is just regular paper. And now we'll just go to the month of June, which I have not wrote anything on my monthly calendar yet, which I'll probably use it for my nose spins and do like Kiki over at Sweet Kiki 1, and for each nose spin she have for the month, give myself $1 if I can. Remember, I used to do that a while back, and I sort of stopped, but it's okay. Okay, so here we are for the month of June. I've already written out everything as far as my bills, how much they are, things like that. And of course, when it comes to the utility bill, I don't really know what that may be, so I'm just sort of estimating. And this is for when I do my savings challenge, putting all of that money that I saved for the month of May to where I need to put it. And with this challenge from Chris, I am saving 40 bucks. Of course, I do these challenges a little different. So I add up everything, which was 78 divided by 2. And I either subtract $10 based on the amount of money I have, or just 78 divided by 2 and round up to get 40 bucks. So let's get started. Also, if you are new to my channel, I do use the split payment method, so I've already got that broken down as well, and we'll just see what's what. So first, when it comes to the income, we are starting out with $2,620. Of course, when I got my pay raise back in February, of course, I don't know what 80 hours would look like for me at all whatsoever because of overtime. So I'm just going to do $2,620. I'm pretty sure it could be more, or $1,310 each paycheck. For the month of May, I did have my first magic month, and we will see all the savings in a new video, which I finally got a chance to figure out, where I want the money to go. Y'all, I need 3 new tires. Of course, we know about that, but I also may need front brakes. So, yeah. It's always something, right? Let's get started. So we'll start out with AT&T. And for the AT&T bill, the bill is not $70, but it's actually $63 and some change. So we'll see if the month of July, because that's what I'm budgeting for the month of July, I am ahead on most of these bills. Most of my bills, except for rent, are a month ahead. And of course, my car note, shoot, the part that's due is not due until September. So you can calculate that yourself. So we'll just do $70 now. And if I get to save some money, great. And if not, that's okay too. So AT&T, $70. And for the split payment method, I would do $35.35. Next, we have NES, which is my electric service only. So when it comes to the rent, I don't really pay for water. I'm pretty sure it's included in the rent somehow. But other than that, I just pay for electricity. And I'm not quite sure what the bill may be, because again, this is for the month of July, and the bill for July won't come out until the end of the month. But for right now, I'm just doing $100, so 50-50. Next, we have State Farm. Of course, State Farm is my mom's life insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, all of the above. And it is $261. And y'all, it seems like it keeps going up, and I need to find cheaper insurance. But when it comes to the split payment method, we are doing $130 and $131 to make an even $261. Next, we have my term life insurance, which is not included in this budget since I have all the money to pay this bill. And after that, we'll just be working on the money that's due in September, which is $176. After that, we do have housing, of course. When it comes to the rent, my rent is $940. When the leasing office, whoever run the paperwork showed for the new lease The rent will be the same, and that's a good thing. But I do eventually want to move. Like, I've been in this apartment since moving here back in, I want to say sometime in 2015, almost 2016. As you can see, that's how long I've been at my job. But we're going to do housing for 1,200. I probably should have did 1,300, but for right now I'm just testing stuff out. So 600, 600, and for HP is $2. And there was no need of me taking $2, well, $1 from one paycheck and $1 for another. So on my last paycheck, I'm just going to get the $2. Just like with Netflix, we do have Cricket. Cricket is 3 people bills plus insurance on one device, so $59.59. YouTube is the same, $6, and I am going to do it from the second paycheck since it is a little higher, or should be. For a Peacock, y'all, don't you know I missed the sale for Memorial Day? I read that email so wrong. So I thought the last day to sign up for the year was the last day of May. It was actually on the 30th, and I missed out. So if I decide to get Peacock, I'm just going to do it month to month until a better deal comes into play. And when you add all the fixed expenses up, you get $1,775. And if you divide both, you get $874 and $901. And I'll go ahead and move this out the way. Next, the only debt that we have is car, and I am doing the minimum payment, or I'm writing out the minimum payment, which is $405.45 or $406. And first I would need to pay $405.45, and then whatever is left, it is left, and that would go to interest. And I believe I have, I don't know, $100 and something that's due on the 23rd. But of course, I'm going to do 203 and 203. And then we have $439 left for variable expenses. Now, I did not want to attempt to figure out where $439 would go when it comes to my variable expenses, because I haven't did this in a while. So $439, we have miscellaneous, we have fun, we have Jasmine's envelope, we have groceries, travel, spending. Of course, with the money being low as it is, I wouldn't do anything fun. I would only focus on groceries, gas, and necessity things such as, dog food for the dog, stuff like that. But Jasmine just got some dog food that we just opened up a few days ago, so she's good there. And other than that, that's it for the monthly budget of what I think. And if I were to, and I'm not really sure if you can see this in your view or not. So let me slide it over. So if I truly did a monthly budget, I would do travel, let's say $80 for the month for travel. Okay, $80 for the month, and every time I get paid, I need $20 for the laundromat. So let's see, we got pretty much everything. We have a trash bag, things like that. So I would do 60 for spending, possibly. And then I'm left with $200, and I have tons of quarters, so I could easily make $1. So what I would do is, I know I need $30. Whoops, I just messed it up. $2.99 minus $30 for my eye drops. So I would do $2.69 in food and $30. I could do $30 miscellaneous, but I do have some rollover money. Well, it's not rollover money, but it's money that's just been sitting in my backpack, and I think it's about $50. If I truly need to use it, I would. So I could easily do either $30 to miscellaneous or $2.69 plus 30 for groceries, which would be $300, which would be something that I would kind of budget for, since spending almost $600 for variable expenses in the month of March, April, May, April. So if I could make $300 for groceries work for the month of June, that would be awesome. Which is something, like I said, it's only two of us. Well, three of us if you include the dog, but she has her own food. Of course, she loves fruit, watermelon specifically. So, yeah, she enjoys watermelon, and dogs can have seedless. Well, they could have watermelon with no seeds at all whatsoever. And we would definitely need to, just buy the necessity things and go from there. So, this is what my monthly budget possibly would look like. Of course, I truly don't have to save $1,200 for rent, but we have to be honest. If I had a mortgage and houses around here, well, I wouldn't want to stay in the same city that I'm in now. Of course, if housing was a little lower, yes. But if being honest, I pretty much need to save 12, not 12, but 13 to $1,400 for housing, if I am honest. Of course, I definitely thought about seeing what the down payment assistance looked like. That's how my one of my best friends ended up getting her home back in 2019, I believe, and she did not pay anything. I do mean anything. I think she got a down payment assistance of 15,000, and she did not come out of pocket for anything. Her interest rate was, or is, 3 point something to 4 point something. And the house that she got, which is 2.5 hours away in West Tennessee, I believe altogether it's like 100 and some thousand. And when it comes to her mortgage, things like that, the house itself was 80 some thousand. I don't know, but it's 4 bedrooms. Well, 3 bedrooms, and they turned a den area into her room. So I wouldn't want to move back west, but maybe towards, would I move to Kentucky? I don't know. We'll see about that. But This is my monthly budget for the month of June. I know I've been doing a lot of talking. Also, stay tuned for a giveaway, which I don't know when I'll do another giveaway. I still need to see about giving the $10 away that I did have, due to the winner forfeiting the cash. But you all know how my giveaways are, so just stay tuned and have a great day.